data manually one by one. So if you want to enter, let's say, the accounts, and you have an option that you can go to the accounts tab and then enter a new account record. So that's like this. Okay, so this is one approach of doing it, and we have done it this way only. Okay, now the other approach of doing the same thing is a bulk upload. What is that bulk upload? If you let's say if you have 500 accounts, okay, and you want to enter all of them, now manually going and entering one by one record, that will be a long process, right? So you'll end up spending a lot of time, manually entering one by one. That is something which you would not do, right? So what we would do instead is we will put all the data into an Excel spreadsheet. So let us understand. So if I have multiple records which need to be put into Salesforce at once, then what do? We create a table that possibly would be in Excel file. Okay, save your Excel into CSV format. Okay, make sure you save your Excel file into a .csv format. So Salesforce only supports CSV, it does not support anything else. Okay, then there is another tool which is called a data loader. So I'm gonna tell you how to use data loader. Data loader is a standalone application which you need to install. Okay, so we need to use this data loader, and using data loader we just can browse the file, saved CSV file, map the fields. Mapping the fields means mapping the columns of the Excel spreadsheet or the CSV file with the fields in the Salesforce, right? So map the fields and then go ahead and do the import. That's it. So this is how simple it is. You have multiple records to be created inside in Salesforce at once. Have all the data in an Excel spreadsheet, save the Excel into .csv, use the data loader, which is a standalone application, browse the saved CSV file, map the fields, import. That is it. That is how simple it is. Got this? So this is what we have to do. Okay. So for this example, we will create a simple file, but before we actually start doing an import process, I want everyone to download the data loader and install it on your systems. Okay. So this process is pretty simple. How do you install data loader? You just need to go to setup. Okay. So everyone, please log in into your developer editions, including Bhargav. You can also log in into your developer edition. Go to setup. Anyone who is using a Mac computer, Mac PC? No one is using Mac, right? Everyone is on Windows. Good. Okay. So then there is no problem. So just go to setup and then go to data management, and on data management the last option that you see, once you expand the data management, you will see data loader. Just click on that and then click on download the data loader. Alright, so that is what we have to do. Go to setup, data management, data loader, click on download the data loader. It will not take more than 2 minutes for you to get the complete thing downloaded. Please process the download thing. Okay, so once you download the data loader, once it is downloaded, you will get an exe file. You just have to run that exe file. Okay. So once we are done with downloading the data loader, just run the exe file. Data loader only works with Windows. In case you're using Mac computer, there is another substitute of data loader which is used. Okay, so this data loader will only work with Windows. Right. So anyone who is trying it on Mac, do not do that. Okay. All right.
Jeet,
Yeah.
I joined in the middle, so can you see what are we doing today?
We are loading the data, bulk data. So if you have multiple accounts and we have to put all those accounts in one go, we will do that using data loader. So usually, how do you put data into the system? You click on accounts, and you click on new, and then you enter the data into that, right? But if you have 500 or 1000 accounts, then one by one will take too much of time, right? So using data loader, what we are going to do, we are going to do it in one go. Okay, so we'll create a CSV file, and using data loader, we'll upload the entire data.
For that, where we have to go?
Go to setup, data management, data loader, and then start downloading data loader. Setup, data management. Under data management, there is data loader. There is a link called download data loader. Click on this link, and your download will get started. And once you have downloaded, you will get an exe file. Just double click on the exe file, run the file. That will install data loader on your system. All right. So anyone who is done with the installation part as well, including download and install, anyone who is done with that?
I have a problem actually.
I have done it, Jit.
Okay, very good. Who has a problem?
Bhargav.
Yeah, Bhargav. You want me to share your screen so you can show me where you are stuck?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Bhargav.
So I downloaded, and when I go to the downloads, it's like this. The file is like this.
Unconfirmed. What was the name of the file which got downloaded, Ravali, for you? What was the name of the file? Data loader or Apex?
Same data loader itself, Jit.
It's here. You double click on this.
This one?
Huh?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Just
Not
combine. Click on that arrow. Click on that arrow. Does it? Okay. Just say open when done. So double click is not working for you, right?
Try opening it, Bhargav.
So you go to downloads folder.
No, it got.
Wow.
3.
Install. Okay. So Ravali, can you just show your screen and show us how your data loader thing looks, how the software looks?
Yeah.
Hi sir, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Who's this?
Jit, I hope you're able to see the screen, right?
Yeah, I can see a screen. Yeah, this is how it looks. Absolutely correct. Yeah, okay. Yeah. There's someone who said good morning. Who was that? Ravi Teja?
No sir, Nikhil.
Yeah. Oh, Nikhil. You're a little late.
No, actually I just woke up. I mean,
You just have to
sir,
open
I
it.
did my homework. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. So Nikhil, we are installing data loader into our system. So we just started installing data loader. You can quickly get started on that part. How data loader will work, that I will show you, but before that you can just go to setup, data management, data loader, and you will get the option of download it. Log in into your developer edition.
Done. Okay, I'll do.
Start with the download thing. Okay, anyone else who is facing a problem downloading or installing? We are all good, right? Okay. So now let's see how do we use data loader. So let us work with a small sample file, and we'll see how to use the data loader thing. Okay. I think I have a sample file for accounts, so there are some dummy records that I have. I would also suggest you that you put some, create a sample for yourself which you can use. All right, so let's do this. Open an Excel spreadsheet. I think you guys can see my screen. Just open a new Excel spreadsheet and then create a few columns. Call it name, industry, website, and phone and fax. Okay, so just create these 5 columns, and then put names of 5 or 6 companies, any companies, put Dell, IBM, Wipro, Accenture, whatever. Just put maybe 5 or 6 names quickly. Let's do it very quickly. So 5 columns, just create 4 or 5 account names, just anything, and that all those information that you put in your Excel spreadsheet, that is something which we will need to put inside Salesforce. All right. I just want one person to be the presenter also. Ravali, shall I make you the presenter? Someone who is quick. Yeah.
You can make me.
Okay, made Ravali as presenter. Yeah. Yes. These are email IDs which you are putting. So for company it should be website. What you are putting in the table are email IDs, Ravali. You should be putting the websites, right? Okay. So it should be like Dell.com, Accenture.com, www.accenture.com. That will be the website. Okay. Change the values, make it www.dell.com. That's DELL. Okay, that's fine, no problem. Accenture.com. Yeah. Yes, so that's website. Okay. Phone number, just put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, something like that, and copy it for all the cells. Put it a 10-digit number, 9876, something like that. Copy that. Yeah. You can copy the same thing in all the cells. And same thing can be copied in all the fax cells also. Great. So our file is ready. When I look into Ravali's file, it's ready. Just cancel it, Ravali, once. Cancel it. We'll save it a little later. Cancel this. Okay. So the file is ready, right? I hope others are also ready with the files. Okay. There is one more thing that we have to take care of. The industry field that you see here is a pick list in the actual database, right? So now if you go to your salesforce.com edition, you can only put the industries which are already available as an option in that drop down. Got it? So go to Salesforce login. Before you save it, go to the Salesforce login. Try to create a new record. Go to account, click on new. I think you should go to sales app and then click on the accounts tab. Change the app to sales app. Yeah. Click on new. Okay, now this part is important because industry in Salesforce is a drop down field, right? Now you check industry drop down, what all options are available. So whatever value you supply has to be among these values only. So you cannot put a value which you want. You have to put a value which is amongst these ones. Okay, got it? Spelling, everything should match. So for the time being, you can just put something from there. Make it technology, retail, manufacturing. All right. So make sure that this is matching. In case the value that you supply and the one which is there as a part of the drop down, those are not matching, it will throw an error and it will not import the data. Now it's correct. Okay. And can you also remove the first two blank rows? Those also should not be there. Done. Now we are good to go ahead and save it in the CSV format. Okay. So just go to File, Save As. Once you have created the data, now whatever data you have from wherever you have got the data, you just have to save it in the CSV format. Now CSV, you get three options here. First one is comma delimited, second is MS-DOS, third is Macintosh. You see there are three CSV options. You have to select comma delimited, the first one. Okay, now this is important. And give it a name, whatever name and location. Hope you know where you are saving it, right? Desktop, wherever you are. Alright, everyone is okay with this? So we know how to put the data, now we know how to save the file. We have saved it in CSV comma delimited. Save is done. Close the file. Say okay. Yes.
Actually, it says an error. Actually, the file, so selected file type does not support workbooks that contain multiple sheets.
No, remove sheet 2 and sheet 3. Which one are you saving in? Let me see. It saved it for Ravali. Multiple sheets. Basically, CSV will convert it into one single spreadsheet, but it should not throw error.
Okay, this is what I
Comma.
This is my spreadsheet is.
Okay. Hmm.
And then save as. Okay.
Hmm. You replace it? Yes. Okay. Desktop, you're trying to save it.
Okay, I'll change the name.
Change the name. Make it book 2.
Okay, this is the right solution.
No, this is not an error. That's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Click OK to save the active sheets. Yes. That's fine. Done. See? Now you can close it. Alright. Anyone else who is having a difficulty saving the file?
Sir, I just saved the file.
Then
However, I want to know the Apex part, like Apex changes.
Apex changing. Sorry, what was that?
Apex changes.
Sorry, Nikhil, I'm not getting you. Can you please...
The Apex changer there I can see, sir.
data loader?
No, sir. Apex changer.
There is nothing called app exchanger which we are talking about. There is no term called app exchanger. What are you talking
Okay, initially when we started the class today, you said you have to go somewhere and
Download the data loader, right? Go to setup.
yeah.
So go to setup, data management, data loader.
Data manager.
Data management, data
Data
loader.
manager.
Under that there is something called data loader.
Where is this data management?
Setup menu, under setup menu. So let's do one thing. I mean, what you can do is you can just follow the things. Okay, that is a separate application which needs to be installed. After the session, you can just install that. Okay.
Perfect. Okay,
You
sir.
can just follow.
Okay.
So back to Ravali's screen. Ravali, please share your screen. Your data loader is ready. Okay. So now my file is ready. The only thing that I have to do is I have to start the import process. Okay. To import the file, I will open data loader. So that is the software which I'm going to use. I already have that installed. So should not be a problem. So just go ahead and open data loader now. Alright. Now let's go ahead and open data loader wherever you have installed it. This is how it looks. Okay, whatever application you have installed, this is how it's gonna look. What are you trying to do? We are trying to insert data, right? The first operation. This is what we want to do, right? So just click on insert. It will ask you for login ID and password. Please put your developer edition login ID and password, the one that you use for logging into Salesforce.
It's throwing error.
What is the error?
Same error which I see on Ravali's screen.
Sure your password is correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So this data loader needs one additional password. What password you are entering is correct, but to log in into data loader, you need one more system generated password. Okay. How will you get that password? To get that password, you need to go to your developer edition. So Ramli, can you go to developer edition? So So that additional password is called security token. Okay, it's a one-time system generated password which can be used with data loader. Go to my settings, just click on your name, go to my settings, go to personal, and there you will see an option called reset my security token. Go ahead and click on that. Okay, so the security token is a system generated password which will be sent to your email ID. Just click on reset security token and you will receive an email with the security token. You will need to combine this security token with your password before you can log in into data loader. Okay, so this is for additional security reasons. So just go get your security token and club it with this.
So first we need to enter the password and then the security token, or security token and password?
Firstly password, then security token.
Oh, we have taken the security token. Now go back to data loader, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, sir?
After the password, put the security token. So paste the security token right after the password. Alright, now the login is successful. Anyone else who is facing difficulty still logging into it? Everyone is at this position? Good. Now go ahead and click on next. And from here it's a wizard, so I would not tell you what to do. I just want you guys to follow the steps and do it. Read things carefully because reading will make you understand what is happening or not. If you get stuck, if you have doubt, tell me. It's a simple wizard now. Step by step process.
I have chosen the CSV file, Jeet. But now there's nothing like finish or anything, right?
Why?
Then I click show all Salesforce objects too. Then also it's not coming. Maybe we need to.
Because maybe I did not select the Salesforce object.
Right. Now see.
Now, should I select whatever I want or as per the project?
Okay. So what data are we trying to put into Salesforce? Accounts or contacts? Accounts, right?
Yeah, accounts.
So we should select that, otherwise how will Salesforce understand what we are trying to put? So we have selected accounts now. Just go ahead and select accounts. You have already done that.
Yeah.
Now it's fine. Now browse the file, go to next.
Now, Jeet? That's all, is it? Only the account should be...
Did you map the field?
Yeah.
No. Click on create or edit a map.
Okay.
Now this is the step where you are going to map. See, we have defined which object we want to put the data in. But I have 5 columns. Salesforce has somewhere close to 40 columns for that same 40 or more than 50 columns for account object. Now which all columns data I am going to supply, that I have to define here. Okay. So you have to map the correct fields corresponding. So account facts should be mapped with facts. So drag and put it there. the facts, industry. You have to drag and put it. So at the top you have all the Salesforce fields. At the bottom you have the columns of the CSV. So you have to drag the fields from the top to the bottom section. Industry, map it with the industry. Name should be mapped with name.
I have a doubt here, Jeet. So if it, I mean, as you said, there are like 45 to 50 things in the already mapping dialog. But if you have something which we created which is not in the current dialog, what we should do then? Something like some X and there is no X in that mapping thing, then what we should do? Is it the wrong thing, or else we need to create something else new, or what?
Now see.
Right now you know all these facts, industry name, phone and website were already in this current dialog. So you
So
are
it's
just
basically pretty simple that you can only put the data for which you have fields in the Salesforce, right? If that field is not there, either you create the field and then put the data. Got that?
okay.
Or you don't put that data. If that field is not inside Salesforce, you don't put that data inside into Salesforce. You keep it in your CSV only. Got it? Okay. So at step 4, it asks you for after you map the fields, it asks you for directory location. What was that? Why did it ask that thing?
Next time when you want to use the file, or if you want to check if you have done anything wrong in the file, error,
Yes.
just like log.
Yeah. So after you map the fields, the other step was, or the other step is basically to select a location where you want the log files to be stored. Log files will give you which all records were successfully imported and which were not imported, which one had error. Got that? So that in case you want to go and check, Ravali, can you just go to that log file where you define that log file thing and see the files?
Yes.
Where did you save that? Desktop?
I have saved in a place called
Documents?
yes, I have created Salesforce files.
Yeah, these are the ones which you can see there. Error and success. So all the files which have been successfully inserted will be shown in the success file. All the files which were not imported, all the records which were not imported because of some error, there can be any error. Let's say you are putting the wrong data type. Instead of phone number you have supplied a name, or if you are entering a wrong industry value, then those things will come under this thing. Correct? So that is how it
But Jeet, I have given everything correctly. Now one says success so and so, one says error. What does that mean?
So you will basically have two files. One is going to be for errors, one is going to be for success.
Okay, it does not mean we have done some error.
No.
Okay.
Even if you do not have a single error, it will create that error file. And these both files are CSV files. Okay. Okay. So everyone done with this part? Anyone who is not yet done or still struggling with the concept, finding it difficult?
I'm following, sir. I'm just downloading, the topics.
That's fine. No problem.
I downloaded it. I'll install it and I'll follow it.
Okay. No problem. Apart from that, anyone else who has a problem with data loader thing? So it's pretty simple. So what you have to do again, let's I'll start sharing my screen. So let's just quickly see what all steps we need to follow. Have your data in Excel spreadsheet, save it as .csv. Have the data in an Excel table, save Excel into .csv. Data loader is already downloaded for you, so you don't have to do anything there. Open data loader, login into data loader, browse the file, the one that you saved, the CSV file, select the object, go to next, map the fields, the salesforce.com fields with the fields that you are supplying, and then simply do and before you can start importing, you also have to define a location for you can define a location for log files. That's it. And then you start the import process. That's it. Got this? So this is how it is. This is how it works. Okay. Clear on this? Alright. So the next thing that we are going to do is the reverse of it, which is called an export. Just now we did an import. In case I have inside Salesforce, microphones on mute, please. Mics on mute, please. Okay. So now I just did an example where I had the data outside Salesforce. I wanted to put it in Salesforce. Now we are just going to do the reverse of it. I have data inside Salesforce. I want to take it out into an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. That is where we will use an export approach. Okay. So if you want to take out the data from Salesforce, that can also be a requirement, right? You already have the data in Salesforce. You just want to export the data. So for that you should just do a export thing. So now this time let me make Bhargav as the presenter and we'll do the export thing. Bhargav, can you please share your screen? Okay. So to do export, what do we need to do? Go to data loader. Okay. And then click on export. What data you want to export, you have to select. I want to export account. Okay. Before you click on next, no, you define the location where you want to save the exported data. So your export will also be available to you in the form of a CSV file. Okay. Salesforce takes CSV file, it gives back CSV file. Okay. So it just recognizes CSV. So you have to select a location where you want to save that export file. Then go to next. Okay. Now here choose the query fields below. What all fields you want to export, that you have to select. So let's select in ID. Okay. Just please select ID first. Then select name. So what all data you need? I need name, I need industry, phone fax, phone and fax, industry, and type. Website I need. I also need industry. That's it. Okay. Apart from this, if you want to put any filter or any conditions that I just want the companies from a particular country or a particular city, you can put those filter criteria also in the right hand side. Okay. So we are not going to put any filter at this point of time. We'll just export ID, name, phone, fax, website. Done. Okay. People who have done some sort of SQL query would understand. See, it automatically generates a SQL query for you. Select ID, name, phone, fax. Okay. People who have not done that, please don't bother about it. Click on finish. Yes. Click on yes. That's it. Now this will export the data from Salesforce and put it in the extract file that has been saved into your system. You can view the extraction from here. So these are all the records which got just exported. Then close this and you can open that CSV file from that location also. You saved it in some location, in desktop somewhere. Go and open it from that location. Sales. Extract, yes. Fine, and see it includes the records that you just entered. Google, Cisco, ADP, Netflix, Neopost. Okay, just one quick question to everyone. Bhargav, which all records you created, you entered? Okay. Can you select the ones that you entered? You just put inside Salesforce? Yes. So this is what Bhargav entered into the system. Did we supply the ID field? Name, phone, fax, website, industry, that is something that we supplied. That ID field we did not supply.
Did I did not get the extract file. I saved it, but eventually when I trying to open, I mean, there's no file as such.
Did it say successfully exported? Did it throw an error or how was it?
I did the steps what all you showed, but
Finally, when you said okay export, last step, did it say that extracting, exporting, something like that?
no.
Do it again then. Your file ideally should be in desktop. Where did you save it? Do you remember the location where you saved it?
Yeah, now once we select export and then account, do we have to browse for that particular file? No need, right?
So you have to define a location, right? So if you don't define the location, how will you know where it got saved? Your previous export has also happened, but you do not know where it got saved. I think it has got saved in desktop. So most commonly it gets saved in desktop. You can check in desktop.
Once can you please share the screen? Share my screen. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Now once you selected account here, do I have to browse anything here? No need, right?
Yes, you have to.
Browse for that particular file. Salesforce previous file.
Close this. Close this. Okay. Just read what is written there. What does it say? No, after export. Click on export. Not export all, just click on export. Yeah.
Yeah.
Read what is written there.
Select your Salesforce object and your target file.
Okay. Choose a target for extraction. Do you read that?
Yeah.
So you are not browsing a file, you are defining a location where your file will be saved. This is a target location.
Yeah, I'm doing next.
Why are you doing next? Do you know where this file is going to get stored?
No. So you want me to give a name?
I want you to
Browse.
click on browse. Have you downloaded a movie from internet or something?
No.
Achha. Have you downloaded a picture from internet or something?
Yeah.
So when we download, we'll have to define a location where we want to save that, right? So that is how it is. So when this export is happening, you have to go and define this is where I want to save it. So now it is at desktop. So remember that thing. You can put it in some other folder. You remember the other folder, Salesforce files or something. Now you know it's going to be in desktop. Fine. Click. Now go ahead and click on next.
Okay.
And now select the fields and your file will get saved in desktop, right? So that step is important, browse and define the location where you actually want to save it.
I got it. Thank you.
Now it's happening, right? Okay. Alright, so we have seen two things. One is import of the data, second is export of the data. Now what I was talking about was on Bhargav's screen. Bhargav, can you please open that file again?
Yeah,
Share your screen.
like,
You already have that open? Okay, great.
Why there are extra data here?
Where is that extra data?
I mean, we have inserted 4 to 5 records, but while extraction we have seen.
That is all
20 records.
default. That's all default data. Once you create your Salesforce account, there are some sample records which you get by default. Correct. So these are all sample records which were already there in in your Salesforce account. Okay. Now there is one more field called ID which has automatically come. We never created. I never supplied ID for these records which we entered, right? So this ID field that you see, ID field, this is the unique identifier for every Salesforce record. Whenever you create a record, by default, Salesforce generates an ID for that record. Got it? So this is automatically generated by Salesforce, and
But here the ID is same for everything, right, sir?
who's it? Check it properly. It's different. The first one it's DAAN, then it's EAAN. ID is not going to be same.
Oh, get it. Okay.
All right. Okay. So that's about how do we import and export the data. All right. So this is what we are going
and
to do
also
today.
I have a question. I also have a question, Jit.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So here I have only created like five fields like Google, Cisco, ADP,
records.
application. Yeah, 5 records. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So what about this field, these records then? Where did they come from?
So this is all sample data which Salesforce has given to you to play around. The moment you create a Salesforce dummy account, that developer edition thing, by default you get these the sample data. Got it?
Okay.
So this was already there in your account.
Okay.
Like we already have sample objects maybe.
You're right. The way we have sample objects and we have some sample data also in that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So now we understand the import, we understand the export, and we also understand the ID concept. All right. So just go back and work on this. I would suggest that if you can, prepare a little bigger file and try to do the import and export, that will be good. Tomorrow, once we meet, we are going to talk about the update part. Okay. So once you're okay with import export, the other thing that I will show you is an update and delete. Okay. So tomorrow we are going to do update and delete using data loader, and that's it. I think you just need to go back and work on this for today. And Ravali, you had a question before we leave, right?
Yeah. Actually, I have few doubts on the app that we created, project management app.
So that's
When I created, when I created the app for one particular tab, by mistake I gave visibility, I think, to all the apps. Now that particular tab is seen also on sales app, on other recruitment app and all. So how do I delete that? I mean, I want the visibility only to project management. How do I go back and edit that?
right. So I think we'll come back to this app thing. Once we are done with this data management thing, we'll come back to the app thing. That is when we will discuss that. Okay, fine. How do we customize if we have already created something? I'll come back to that part. Fine. We're gonna extend this application and we're gonna talk about it again. All right.
Okay. Similarly, one more doubt which we can deal later, but I just want to tell you. For one particular tab, I just want to give a drop down, like when we have our name in the application, we have a drop down and we have my profile, my settings, right? Similarly, I want to give it for one particular tab, like category main tab.
Okay.
That I couldn't do it.
You want to do it for a particular object or for the entire app?
No, for one particular tab object.
I think we'll talk in details about this. I'm not able to exactly, understand the requirement. But
Sure.
once, we are discussing about that, we can take it up and talk about it. Huh?
Sure.
So just have these things, any such doubts, because once I'm again talking about it, again we go back to the app thing. We are going to talk about it. Okay.
Sure, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. See you all tomorrow, same time. And